Hold on, Thelma. Let's just get you a bit closer to the mic. Just stay closer, eh?
My name is Thelma Enechi, and I am a feminist.
Okay, I still can't hear you. Let's go a little bit closer. Say testing 1, 2. Let's see if it's on.
Testing 1, 2.
Say, I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist. My name is Thelma Enechi, and I am a feminist. I believe in equality. I believe everyone should be allowed to be and do whatever they want. I am about to share an opinion easily misconstrued as gender bias, but I believe that I am merely contributing to balancing a scale that has been tipped for centuries. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, where I saw a lot of people struggling. People who couldn't make ends meet. This may not have affected me directly, but it affected people I knew and cared about. I remember my parents giving out my old clothes to the needy. As a child, I was upset about this, constantly asking why these people could not get clothes for themselves. As I grew older, I got to understand this a lot better. I got to learn how our governments manage our resources. I also got to learn how our governments mismanage our resources. In these cases, the poorest members of society suffer, and of the poor, girls suffer even more. Due to lack of access to economic freedom, poor families tend to prioritize male children over females. This stems from the traditional viewpoint that the girl child has little potential. All my observations in my short life have had me very concerned by how the world treats our girls, and South Africa, my current home, is no different. Let's take a walk down the women's achievement lane. The first workable dishwasher was invented by a woman, Josephine Cochrane, in 1886. There are also other women who are the brains behind many inventions. I'll mention a few. Monopoly was invented by Elizabeth Magie in 1903. The windshield wiper was invented by Mary Anderson in 1906. Kevlar, the material used in bulletproof vest, was invented by Stephanie Kolek in 1966. These inventions are still valuable today, and we as girls today can do even more and better things if we're given an equal chance to do so. Time and time again, I ponder the reason why sanitary towels aren't free. It saddens me each time I see the statistics of girls who miss school when they're on their period. The number of girls affected by this in South Africa is around 3 million. These are 3 million scientists missing school. These are 3 million potential surgeons missing school. This shouldn't be. They miss about 1 week of school every month for this reason, and this is a major setback for them, as they would then miss 31% of school in a year, which is 60 days in the 197 days of school in a year. In a more visual representation, if you have 2 pies, one for boys and one for girls, and you name this pie school, boys get to eat the whole pie while these girls undeservingly get 1 out of 3 slices taken away from them. Some girls even have to go to the extent of using rags, newspapers, leaves, grass, as well as other unhygienic materials that could be detrimental to their health, just because they are unable to afford their own pack of sanitary towels. This affects their education when they are young, and their mobility and productivity as women. As if this unsavory setback is not enough, girls still face the issue of gender violence. The number of rape cases, murder, kidnapping, all of which involve girls, are increasing by the day. This has instilled great fear in girls as they are now scared to go out at night for any reason because of the danger lurking outside. Some girls who used to attend study classes in the evenings or at night can no longer do so for the fear of being raped, kidnapped, as well as other violent and abusive acts that could be perpetrated against them. Being a girl in South Africa now qualifies as an extreme sport, as we are constantly dodging and diving from danger like black belt ninjas. How can we as a community make a difference? We should always think of ways to help these girls who are deterred from reaching their full potential because they're on their periods, and also because of the issue of gender violence. I, for instance, have partnered with Maseho Solomon, a close friend of mine who has been working very closely with Girls Matter organization to collect sanitary towels to donate to poor girls in rural Limpopo. These sanitary towels aren't a lot, and we definitely need more, but they do make a difference. I would like to invite each one of you to find an organization like Girls Matter organization and commit to donating at least a packet of pads a year. I would like to also urge the government to invest significantly in free sanitary towels for girls in disadvantaged areas and help us put girls back in classes. I would also like the police service to be more aggressive with handling rape case reports. An unresponsive and sometimes mocking police force discourages many girls from reporting abuse, leading to the lack of arrest of the real perpetrators. Also, we should report cases of abuse even if the victim is not willing, because we all know it's the right thing to do. We should also report suspicious activities, as that alone could save a girl the trauma of being abused. Our communities need to be open to these conversations for us to create a safer place for girls to live in. They say feminists focus on one side of the story, but I am a feminist. I know men and boys get abused, but it cannot in any way be compared to abuse against girls. As I conclude, I would like to remind you that many a times girls have been undermined and discouraged. We are finally getting to a point where girls have a platform to voice their issues. I mean, look at our panel today. I need us to join voices in calling out to the government to rethink their investment in condoms versus sanitary towels. A period is something that cannot be controlled. Sex can. Hence my question, why do we have free condoms and not free sanitary towels? Thank you.